Hi there. Welcome to the Mindset Alchemy podcast. Have you ever thought about what healing is? As a healer, and not knowing I was a healer, I never thought about it until I started becoming aware of various gifts, various understandings. And like I explained in last week's podcast, when my father passed, I started exploring online and started seeing, wow, look at this. These people call themselves healers, they call themselves psychics, they call themselves these, and I can do things like this. For me, healing is about coming into wholeness. It's about seeing where energy is blocked. It's about seeing where we are blocking ourselves with our thinking, with our feelings, with our emotions, and with our words. It's coming into a completion in certain areas and a direction in others. Healing means so many different things to people. I've had clients say to me, Janine, my emotions have nothing to do with whatever the diagnosis is the medical profession have given them. And yet, when we start working together, it is absolutely incredible. Once we shift that blocked and stagnant energy, that memory that has its hooks in the person, ease comes into their body. Because when we have dis-ease, it means our body has a lack of ease. And one thing leads to another thing, leads to another thing. Yes, the medical profession is important. I am in no ways negating what they do or how they do it. What I'm talking about today is energy, healing, and coming into wholeness, health and wellness. And what popped into my mind is so many people say health is wealth, wealth is health. The bottom line is when you feel lousy, you don't always necessarily act like a ray of sunshine. Yes, there are people that do. There are people that can. And I admire them. I think they are wonderful and incredible. I know that if I'm feeling a little bit of dis-ease in my body, I may not always respond as well as I would like to. And this was part of my healing journey, to learn how to respond in a much more compassionate way when my body was out of alignment with my energetic pathway. And when I went online and I saw this and I started going more in depth and doing more studies and started actually learning more about myself. Yes, I knew what my love languages were. I knew what my personality mix was and how to mix it up so that I could meet others at where they were. What I was unaware of was the reason for when I touched somebody's back, they would feel better. That when I was working with people, I would just be led to place my hands in certain ways, certain affirmations and mantras would come forward. And when I made these unconscious actions conscious, and I started learning about the energetic flow in our body, the energetic flow of the way we think, we speak, and various things like cords and attachments and what the spiritual world was about, it was like a whole new world opened up for me. I come from a nursing background. I come from a midwifery and a psychiatric background. I also come from a background of having studied massage, herbal technology, and very much. It's so funny. My husband got the diploma in nutrition, and I was the one who studied it with him and retained a lot of the knowledge. Having said that, he's very good with that as well. So it's been a journey, it's been a path. And for many years, I lived my husband's dream instead of living my own. And that day I went online and I started exploring and moving. I came to understand that it wasn't necessarily nutrition and wellness that were for me. I enjoy seeing a person feeling better, expanding in their life, and creating much, much more. And that is all part of healing. Healing is not just releasing dis-ease from the body. It's also about, where am I going? What am I looking for? And how do I get there? Because many times when we're able to do that, the various things holding us back pop up come forward and help us to move energy and to sort out various areas such as in the physical body, in the energy body, within our mental body, hence my mindset alchemy, in our intellectual side of ourselves, the spiritual side of ourselves, the emotional and the subtle. All of these play a role and a part. And it is so important that we understand it's not just a quick fix. It's not a one size fits all. What the result is, when I work with people, yes, there's certain things like the chakra points, like the energy points, about the various layers of the energy body, the fact that we do take on other people's thoughts, feelings, and words. That's just all part of it. What it also comes down to is the programming we received as children, the things we've picked up, and things that we have learned to, in inverted commas, keep ourselves safe, keep ourselves flowing and moving forward. I also work tremendously with karmic energy and something called karmic debt. Where have we taken on a family debt, a family feeling, a family energetic constriction? Where are we creating for ourselves a debt through our actions, through our words, and through judgment? Because people, part of healing is learning to release judgment of ourselves, of our actions, of others, of situations. Because the minute we step into judgment, we are creating a karmic pathway. So even if we say to people, karma will get you, or the karma is going to bite them, that's a judgment. Yes, I know people say it's just a statement. Be very aware of the energy you're saying that in, because it might just come back and bite you rather than the person you are talking about. There are so many different forms of healing. There are so many different modalities. There are so many different ways, because we're all unique. It all comes down to, do I choose to move forward? Do I choose to release constrictions? And what aligned actions can I take to do so? Because yes, there are laws of the universe, and they work with us as we release dis-ease and step into ease. There are laws of nature, sowing and reaping, which again is laws of the universe as well. Now, you may be saying, nonsense, Janine, that's not what I've experienced. Well, when you sit down and look at the story you're telling yourself, the story that your family has been telling the family, you will see the karmic energy that is coming forward, because it means action. It's about creation. It's about stepping into purpose or remaining in pain. Now, there are times that pain is part of that karmic debt, and there are ways to work with it and to move forward with it and to be able to release it. We all have exit points where we can choose to step off and go back to our greater self, our higher self. And there's also very much a time that now we're done. And as we move towards it, people will say to me, Janine, send me healing. When this happens, I will very often send them the energy, the universal energy of love, because I have no desire for my filters, my experiences to taint the energy I'm sending them. It's a horrible word, taint, but anyway, to put it through my filters. I'd rather do it with the pure universal energy of love. And at other times, people say, send healing to this person and that person. When they are unavailable to receive it, when they are in a mindset to block it, you're just wasting your energy and your time. It bounces off them. It's always best to ask, may I send this? Are you open to receiving it? And I have had instances where I've said to people, may I touch you and help you feel better? And they've said no. And the first time it happened, I went, oh, and I got a bit of a shock. I came to understand that that person has every right to say no, because in a quick situation, in a situation, I may not have gone into where it's from, what it is, and how it is, and where they are, and what they're aligned with. And it's to have this awareness that is part of healing. It's to have this awareness that brings us forward into where we're going, where we can help the person go, and what we can get to do with them. So my question to you is, what does healing mean to you? What is your perception when somebody says they're a healer? What comes forward for you? Now, from a historical perspective, there are many misunderstandings and misperceptions. Even the word crone, and in the movies they show you this, oh, wizened old witch. All it means is crown, because people have connected with their crown chakra, they are connected with all their chakras, and they are able to move forward with much more wisdom, understanding, and grace and elegance. So we also have allowed our understanding of what healing is and healers are to be colored by media, by movies, other people's points of view and perceptions. I find it very sad sometimes, because this blocks people's journey towards wholeness, towards ease, and towards being who they can be. There are so many aspects of this, and I would love to explore them with you. For now, I would like to know, what questions do you have? Email me from my website, JanineKathleen.com. And while you're there, please check out the journal prompts and the What If journal, because they are very much a part of healing. When so many people say to me, I don't journal, I'm not prepared to journal. And very often it's from a wounding or a trauma, because remember, that is what we do as a healer. So when you pop over to JanineKathleen.com, download the journals, because it's a way of beginning to discover those traumas, those broken perspectives of ourselves, because you are not broken. You have just had woundings. You've had certain things come forward, certain thinking patterns, certain programmings. You in yourself are a beautiful and incredible energetic being who is now looking to release the constrictions and step into creation. And journaling and meditation, contemplation, reflection, and awareness are very much part of this, because what it does, it brings us into a state of being conscious of what is happening, what is, and understanding that we do have ways of feeling better, of being better, and of moving forward in a much more aligned way. Let me know your thoughts and questions, and go and explore for yourself what healing means to you. Sometimes I've seen with clients, it can be simply putting a skew picture on the wall straight, and that helps them get rid of that crying inside feeling that presents in various ways. We then go and explore where the anger is, the feeling of hopelessness is, subtle things like that. So what I'm actually saying to you is, it's a complex, can be ease-filled, subtle way of moving forward, where we come into alignment and a state of being that is way more conscious, because when we are more conscious of things, we have a deeper awareness of it. And this in its own way helps us to go within ourselves in a much, much more exploratory way rather than judgmental way. And this in itself opens us up to that beautiful and incredible release of blocked and stuck energies, releasing of stagnant ideas, ideals, and other people's programming, and helps us release physical pain, emotional pain, and move forward in a better and more aligned way. I love what Eckhart Tolle says when he says there's good, better, and best. And when we're aware of this, it helps us to understand that things are happening for us rather than to us. And when we can allow it to help us to grow, to expand, release the constriction, wow, how could life get any better than this? Looking forward to hearing from you. Have a grand and glorious day. Bye-bye.